Hello traders, welcome to Investo.com's How to Trade Binary Options series. In this lesson I'm going to teach you how to trade binary options with the Bollinger Bands. And the cool thing about the Bollinger Bands is that they are going to give you exact moments in the market where the volatility is about to increase in an excessive amount, and we are going to take profit, or we are going to profit from these moves. It also shows you dynamic areas of support and resistance that you can use to play bounces all day long. So let's go to a GBP USD 1 hour chart like this one right here, and this is how the Bollinger Bands look on your chart. Now the first thing you need to know are the moments in price where the bands squeeze together, okay? You can see that when the bands expand, there is a lot of volume in the market and there's big moves in the market. But when the bands squeeze together, there is little volume going on. Or maybe there is an accumulation of orders right here before the actual breakout. So every time we get a squeeze, or when the bands contract with each other, we are going to take a close look because we are going to wait for that explosion, either to the upside or to the downside. Remember that this is not a directional tool, it only shows you volatility in the market. So what we're going to do is, this is a clear and very good example of what we need to do, okay? First of all, you need to use a rectangle tool just like this one, because normally when there is when the Bollinger Bands contract with each other, there is a range going on, and when the Bollinger Bands explode, or when there is a Bollinger Band squeeze, such as in this example, we need to break with this range also. So right here you can see that we break with the range and we have a clear, just let me use another color of oh, now I'm gonna use the same color, it's fine. You can see that we have a clear signal to buy put options when we have this Bollinger Band squeeze, okay? So step one, you need to wait for the bands to contract, then you need to wait for the Bollinger Band squeeze and the break of the range, and when we get it, we wait 1, 2, 3, 4 candles. You can see that this option expires in the money. This was a put option because price well, the squeeze was a bearish squeeze because price broke with the range to the downside. Now another good way to trade or to use Bollinger Bands is as dynamic support and resistance, and this is a very cool tool. Well, it's not a tool actually, but it's a very cool way to use them, because I mean areas of support and resistance, as you already know, are just horizontal areas that price tests and rejects, but the areas don't move. These are dynamic support and resistance because these areas are moving with price. You can see right here that we have a rejection, two rejection candles. The first rejection candle, then we have a second rejection candle when the Bollinger Bands touches with or I'm sorry, when price touches with the Bollinger Bands right here, then we have a move to the upper band. We are never going to trade the first bounce because we don't know if it ever is going to be a bounce. You can see right here that we have rejection candles, but price continues to go to the downside without ever touching the upper band. So we are going to wait for the first bounce. So this is the first bounce, and we are going to wait for price to touch the upper band and then we are going to wait for a rejection candle. In this case, this bearish candle right here gives us our very good entry area, and 1, 2, 3, 4 candles later, our expiration level is all the way down here. Then we go down and we try to play another bounce. Remember that also that when we are playing bounces, we want the lower the lower or the upper band to be as flat as possible. And remember that because we are in a down move, we are only going to trade bounces to the downside. So we are going to wait for this corrective move to the upside to this area, or to this or to the upper bound. And when we get this hammer candle right here, we have an entry at actually this area right here when the next candle opens. Okay, so this is our entry price, and 1 2 3 4 candles later we have a new winner. Right here you can see that we didn't touch the upper band, so we do not have a trade. Okay, and of course, because of the time of the day, we are not trading this anymore. But basically, this is how you're going to trade with the Bollinger Bands. You are going to trade the Bollinger Band bounce and the Bollinger Band squeeze whenever you can. Remember that when you are trading the squeeze, you need to wait for the bands to contract as much as possible, and you need to wait for that explosive expansion of the bands, of course, followed by price.